Hello, my very most beautiful Libras. How is everyone? I hope you guys are all doing amazing. So my lovelies, we are going to be doing your April mid-monthly reading. This is a general reading and it may not be able to resonate for all of you. So if you guys want something that is meant for your exact energy, then I do have personals open. And everything that you'll need to know, whether it's about this reading or about scheduling your personals, all of that is going to be in the description box below for you. So archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors, please deliver clear messages with a very clear understanding for my very most beautiful Libras. May the messages that need to be heard the very most please come through, and may they please find those who need to hear it. Please show me Libra's energy. A very clear message with a very clear understanding. All right, my loves, let's take a look and see what we've got going on for you. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on here. So we got the Ten of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck for your general overall energy. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy energy. You have two tens here, so there's definitely a situation that is, either already completed and that you're dealing with kind of the aftermath of that, or it is, it's time to complete it. It's ready for completion. Ten of Cups in the reverse, that's a very down energy, so you guys could be just feeling very unhappy at this time, maybe even a little bit depressed, okay? I do feel like I'm really drawn to the people on the card. I do feel like you guys have support. Some of you guys could just be having a hard time, allowing somebody to help you, or letting somebody know that you're going through something. I feel like some of you guys could have a need to just really vent or to really share. Or if you don't feel like there's a person that you can do that to, get a journal, write it out. It's just a way to help you kind of release that. And now we just had the full moon, that energies are still here. It's a perfect time to kind of release it. And it's a full moon in your sign, Libra. So it's a perfect time for you guys to set intentions for healing, set intentions to help you out of this heavier energy. We got the Ace of Swords in the reverse in the recent past. I feel like it feels like a truth-seeking energy. I feel like there's something here that you didn't understand when it comes to a specific situation or a person. And you could have been looking for the truth in the matter. Let's take a look and see. Tell me about this Ace of Swords in the reverse for Libra. The Four of Wands. When it comes to somebody that you guys could have had a home with or live with, but you knew what you wanted when it comes to a certain connection, but I feel like there was something about it that just wasn't working, okay? And I feel like you, on your own, were not able to get it back on track, okay? What you were trying to work towards is the Lovers, okay? A mutually felt soul connection. This is something that you felt was divinely guided, but there was a lot of space between the two of you, whether that is physically or whether that is, emotionally, or even just somebody pulling back their energy. There's also these mountains here which represent obstacles, challenges. So what you are trying to work towards is, getting on track, working through these obstacles, closing that distance, that space between the two of you. And I feel like you had made the decision that that is what you wanted, but I do feel like there was somebody else here who also needed to make a decision. Somebody who wasn't as, the way I want to put it is committed. This is Two of Pentacles is Jupiter and Capricorn. Jupiter and Capricorn, Jupiter is all about expansion and growth, but Capricorn, that's a sign that really has to put the work in. They're all about putting the work in. So sometimes Jupiter and Capricorn can be, really needing to put the work in to get that. And I feel like this person wasn't sure if that's something that they wanted to do, even though you had made that decision that that was something you wanted. Let's continue on. Let's take a look at this. Tell me about this Two of Pentacles. We got the King of Swords. So somebody was being a little bit cold, a little bit detached. definitely creating space and distance between the two of you. And I feel like you were trying to figure out why that is. Ace of Swords in the reverse, truth-seeking energy. Even the Two of Pentacles can be, you know, weighing options, trying to figure something out here. At the bottom of the deck, we have down here, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. At the bottom of the spread is what I meant to say. Yeah, so this is what's driving you to kind of get things back on track, is that something just wasn't working out the way that you wanted it to. The Strength card in the reverse. You know, the Four of Wands is reaching a goal, a finish line, an accomplishment. It's a celebration. It can be a union. Sometimes that card can represent, you know, the home or twin flames, if that's something that resonates with you. You can also see that up here with the Lovers as well, being Gemini. So this could be a twin flame connection, and you know, you could feel the distance between the two of you, or your person pulling away, or being very cold, being very detached, and trying to figure out why that is, why they don't want to seem to work on things. That is showing up as the challenge as well. You know, that somebody here isn't wanting to put any effort in. They're being closed off, they're being distant, they're being cold. And you were wondering like how much strength you have to continue to do this, to deal with this. Twin flame or not, that is not an excuse for somebody to mistreat you or not give you as you deserve. I feel like sometimes we can allow people to treat us, you know, in ways that we normally wouldn't put up with it because they're our soulmate or they're our twin flame or whatever title we give them. But that is not a justification for mistreatment. And that's something that's important to remember. But I do feel like that's what's driving you, is, you know, really wanting this to turn around, you know, but wondering, like, do I have the strength to keep doing this? Now, tell me about, so in your immediate future, you got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. The Ten of Swords in the reverse can talk about something that's getting drug out a lot longer than it should be. Like something that's already over or should be closed out, that's getting very drawn out. But I feel like there's a resistance to it because you still really want this. You still really want to make this work. Tell me about this Ten of Swords in the reverse. Why is the Ten of Swords in the reverse here? The Two of Wands. Yeah, needing to leave a comfort zone, needing to take the lead. You could be having a hard time leaving this behind, okay? The Two of Wands, he's standing on top of this castle. And castles in the tarot represent home, comfort, and security. And he's looking off into the distance. He's a young emperor. Before he can go and become the emperor, he has to be able to leave his home, his comfort, security, and go off and face whatever's waiting for him. There's all these mountains in the distance. We just talked about how mountains represent challenges and obstacles, and he doesn't know what he could face, but he has to be willing to do the scary thing and leave something behind and go see. And in that journey, in that process, is where he becomes the emperor. I feel like there's a part of you that knows that for your best, for what is best for you, it's time to leave this behind. But I feel like you're having a hard time. Even if you're already in separation, you're still having a hard time actually letting it go. There's a difference, okay? The advice, there's the Seven of Swords. So you could be kind of taking too much on yourself. For one, he's like, this is a whole army that he's stealing these from so that there isn't a war. But I feel like he could have other people help him. He does not have to carry all the swords and risk all this by himself. You know, it can talk about taking on too much all on yourself. It can also be like the card of the lone wolf. We talked about that. I felt that energy with the Ten of Cups in the initial, when we first pulled that out, the Ten of Cups in the reverse. You have people, you have support. And even if it's just in the comments of these videos, and if it's not that, you know, get a journal. There's something here where I feel like you're putting too much on you, and it's becoming too much. Okay, it's becoming too much. Got the Page of Swords. Yeah, there could be, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. Some of you guys are also, you know, and I do feel like that message still applies for the advice, as well as some of you guys are, the advice is, you know, I feel like, I'm trying to think of how to put it. I feel like there has been deceptions, and I feel like maybe either you've turned a blind eye to it, or, you know, you're, what's the word I want to use? Like disregarding it, or justifying it, or just, you know, something like that here. You know, Spirit wants you to look at it. Spirit wants you to look at the dishonesty, to look at all of that, to look at the lack of trust between the two of you. Not to turn a blind eye to it, not to just disregard it. I do feel like there could be a lack of communication between you and this person, a lack of forward movement. Eight of Wands in the reverse. They could have really pulled back their energy, being very cold, being very detached. You're trying your best. But I feel like this, you know, this is what Spirit is saying. You know, it's time to leave that comfort zone. It's time to let go of that resistance. Yeah, there's definitely secrets going on, and there's secrets. There are reasons why this person is acting this way, and I feel like Spirit is trying to draw your attention to it. It wants you to acknowledge why. In the area of the next few months, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this is going to be a very, you know, it's going to be a very emotional time. I do feel like you could be trying to pull back your energy, trying to recover. But it does kind of feel like an outpouring of emotion. I feel like that could be a little necessary. I feel like there's a lot you've been taking on, and you could need to really just get it all out, have a good cry. But I do feel like the area of the, you know, this next few months will be you kind of having major releases and major emotional transformation is how I want to put it. And the outcome for this situation is the Three of Swords. So it basically says this. Wow, you even have the Hangman in the reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Sun card. This is what it's going to take for you to find happiness, is to be able to release something that you've been holding on to, that deep down you already know it's time. Scorpio had not a exact message, but had a similar message. So you guys could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could have Scorpio in your chart. But it's like if you continue to hold on to something that you know it's time to walk away from, you know, the outcome, you're going to stay in this. The whole point of tarot is not for you to see the outcome and be like, crap, you know what, that's the only outcome. It's just going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it. That is not the point of tarot. Tarot is meant as a like spiritual guidance system. It shows you where you're at right now and where that energy leads. And if you don't like where it leads, then you can change something about where you're at, and then it will lead somewhere else. The outcome will always change when you change the current energy. So if you continue to, you know, resist what you already know is it's time for you to do, you know, what you're being called to do. If you resist your higher calling, you resist that call from the universe, this is the outcome. You're going to stay in this. You have to make a different choice to have a different outcome. And, you know, but you guys have free will. You guys get to do whatever you want. And that's the beauty of this life. That is kind of what I'm seeing for you guys. Now, keep in mind that you guys have different choices. You can change this outcome anytime that you want to. It's still going to be difficult. You know, it's still going to be difficult to walk away from something that you've been trying to make work for a long time. But one thing I want to tell you guys is you have nothing to lose by letting go and moving forward, because whatever is meant for you is always going to be for you. If this person is who's meant for you in this life, then when the timing is right and when it's time for it to work, they will be back. And if they're not meant for you, then you'll find who is on your path of letting go. So you don't have anything to lose. It's a win-win for you either way. But that is what I have for you guys. I'm going to be keeping you guys in my thoughts and in my prayers, because this is kind of a, you know, a little bit of a heavier rest of the month. But I think it's, I think you have the potential to turn it all around, my loves. But that is what I have for you. So if this resonates, let me know in the comments down below. If it doesn't, check out your other placements. Everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or about scheduling your personals, all of that will be in the description box below for you. If you like the way that I read, please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, guys, if you want personal prayers for any reason at all, just go ahead and put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. So I am sending so much love and light. Till next time.